Are micro rotor movements the next big thing in watchmaking? I mean, you don't have to spin an arm and a leg anymore to get a nice movement, as you'll see now in this review of the MMI Heritage 38. So what do you get from that small little rotor? Well, automatic winding, of course, but it thins down your watch case substantially. And it doesn't hurt that the movement's a little more eye-catching to look at, right? Spend a few minutes with me checking out this Heritage 38 from MMI. Hey now, I'm Whit. Welcome back to the channel. An MMI is just one of those sleeper micro brands. I've featured several of their watches now, and I'm excited that they're getting a little more recognition. As a matter of fact, I've got a playlist that I put together if you want to check out some of their other watches as well. But this Heritage 38 is their new one. It went to Kickstarter and was successful and is now available on pre-order. I'll tell you all about that micro rotor movement in more detail in this specs section, which we'll launch into right now. As its name would suggest, the Heritage 38 comes in at 38.5 millimeters in diameter, 44.9 lug-to-lug length, 20 millimeter lug width, and this bracelet tapers down to 18 at the clasp. And like I talked about the benefits of the micro rotor movement, you get a much thinner case. This is only 9 millimeters in thickness, excluding that crystal. And including the dome sapphire crystal, you get a measurement of 10.6 millimeters. It weighs 127 grams on the beads of rice bracelet, with just one link removed, sized for my 8-inch wrist. The Heritage 38 features a 316L surgical grade stainless steel case with high polish on that mid case and the bezel and vertical brushing elsewhere. It features a boxed sapphire crystal which sits up high from that bezel, and it has anti-reflective coating on the underside. The crown has some decent knurling and is signed and loomed and screw down as well. There's a screw down exhibition case back revealing that micro rotor movement, 100 meters of water resistance. And this is the Hangzhou Calibre 5015A micro rotor automatic movement. It has 38 joules, beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour, about a 42-hour power reserve. It does not feature hacking, but does have automatic and hand winding. And it's fairly interesting to gaze at, being a budget movement featuring Geneva stripes, some perlage, and blued screws. Now, accuracy ratings aren't readily available, but I hand-timed this over 6 days, and it came in at minus 13.1 seconds per day. But it's kind of all over the road. You see I got minus 17 seconds across 3 data points, and then plus 6 seconds over 2 other data points. So now this is a multi-layered dial. You see that center section dips down a little at the pinion, and then there's another layer for the small second subdial, and you can see some radial patterns inside that subdial as well. And then heading to that outside edge, something MMI is known for is their Rotor date complication. You can see the date from 1 to 31 all around the dial, and then the orange section marking the actual date. This features Swiss Superluminova C3 grade X1 on the handset and indices, and the overall dial portion, the full lume dial if you will, is a custom in-house luminescence. As a matter of fact, this salmon and full lume dial is being touted as an industry first. It's not often you see a full lume dial with a salmon day color. Now the watch comes on a beads of rice bracelet, and if you know, you know. I mean, these are so comfortable, and this one from MMI is no different. The clasp has some nice brushwork and the MMI logo and a double push button release to reveal a fully milled scissor, and you've got micro adjust here on this prototype, but I should tell you there are some changes coming. The production model will actually omit those micro adjust, and it'll be an on-the-fly adjustment clasp. Another revision from this prototype, the crown will be a little larger, moving from this 6 millimeters in diameter to 7 millimeters on the production model. Now that you know everything about the watch, let me give you my likes and dislikes. I'll start with the bad news, and in this particular case, it's the rotor date complication. I just think that on some of the previous watches that it was executed a little better. For whatever reason, I just would always catch the watch with like low light or a shadow, and I could never find the marker to denote the date. Now, it wasn't all the time, but I'm just saying I noticed it more than other watches for some reason. So I don't know if it's the depth of the rotor date or how close it is to a sharp riot. I'm just not sure, but like I said, it seemed to be really only low light conditions and shadows, that kind of thing. And that's all I really had to ding on the watch. So let me give you my likes now, and it's going to be this micro rotor movement. I mean, it's just beautiful to look at. I mean, again, this is a budget movement. movement, but it looks so much fancier than that. It makes you feel like you got a little bit of elegance on the backside of the watch. It reduces the thickness of the case. Again, this case coming in at 9 millimeters, and the high beat appears super smooth in that small second subdial. Something else I like about the watch is this full lume dial. It's just fun. It's really neat to see that salmon color turn into more of a yellowish nighttime color. And I'll say it's super bright at first. It does fade a lot towards the end of the evening. In the early morning hours, you're getting more of just the handset and numerals lume. But again, it's just a fun full lume dial. And something else I like is this kind of classic design appearance, with that small second subdial. It really kind of has a vintage vibe to it, but it's been modernized. This rotodate complication really kind of takes it to a whole new level. The Heritage 38 comes in 5 different colors. You've got classic black, ice blue, fantastic purple, mint white, which is a full lume dial, and this salmon dial, which I've been showing you, that is also obviously full lume. Prices for pre-order start at around $535 US, including international shipping, and they go up a little as we get closer to the expected delivery date. The prices are set in the Singapore dollar, so currency conversions may fluctuate. How about this micro rotor movement, huh? Just so cool and fun to look at. I know when these first came out, it seemed like they were really expensive, so it's great to see that there are, more options available for budget watch enthusiasts. You can still get that elegance and the thinness in a watch from the micro rotor. What do you think of this Heritage 38 and that micro rotor movement as well? I'd love to hear your comments. Leave one down below. And if you got time, here's a couple other videos you might want to check out. I'm Whit with so many watches, so little time and money.